What's up guys, Joe here with another Shop Series episode. Today we're working on the 61 Lincoln Continental that has seen some better days. The black is all faded and is peeling in multiple areas. It honestly looks like some previous work that has been done to it just wasn't done right. From what I know, it's been sitting under a classic truck that has been leaking oil all over the top of it. First, I'll wash it down and clean off all this oil and really see what she looks like. I'm going to use the Meguiars D107 citrus cleaner and a pressure washer, and then I'll follow with some Dawn dish washing soap. Goal is to remove all this oil and grease. Okay, so this is some of the previous work I was talking about. It looks like the bondo is cracking, there's a few rust areas, and then the top has a lot of lacquer check in it. So let's pull it inside and let's get started. On old school paints like this, you'll happen to see a lot of lacquer check. Paint is formulated to be flexible, but there's a limit to how much it can expand and contract. Over time, exposure to heat and other weather conditions, paint can become more brittle and less able to flex. And when this happens, instead of expanding, it just cracks. Once all that has been taken care of, Pop is going to sand the surface and remove all the old layers of paint. Most of the time, we'll strip a classic car down to the metal and start fresh so we know all the work will last for many years. A lot of times we see guys that will barely put any prep into a vehicle, then dump a ton of money into the paint material just to get a few months down the road and start to have issues. Now, we don't normally prep in our booth, but as we were doing some upgrades to the shop, this is the only place we could park the car and let Pop work his magic. After he's got it all sanded down and the old paint off, it's time to assess all the bodywork that will be needed. He'll start with the rust spot on the back edge of the trunk. First, he'll remove the affected metal and see how far that goes. Once all that is done, he'll square out what he had to trim and make the replacement piece. After he's cut out a replacement, he'll just grind and trim around till it fits just right. Measure twice, cut once, and grind a whole lot. And then he'll tack it down, moving on to the next step. Once he's done welding and is happy with the shape, he'll grind and smooth anything out, and then proceed to use a filler designed for rust repairs like this. He will apply and sand the product as this will help maintain the shape of the trunk. Now, the new GoPro and our booth lights don't really like each other, so the frequencies are off, so I'm sorry for the flicker. Pop's got all the bodywork completed, and we're just about ready to put the first layer of primer down. We are using a polyester high build primer, and we're going to lay down a nice base layer. After we put that down, we'll put our guide coat, so then we'll see what we're doing when we're blocking and address any high and low spots that come. Okay, now fast forward a bit, all the bodywork has been completed, we've primed and blocked the car out twice, Pop is just about ready to spray some color. Now we're going jet black. Pop's going to put down 3 to 5 layers of color and then the same with the clear. In between coats, we'll nib out any dirt or any imperfections that we see. Even I got to spray a bit. Always learning something new with Pop. While working on the Chevy truck that we just painted, Pop was wet sanding down the Continental, and now it's my turn to work my magic. I'm going to be using my Max Shine M21 buffer along with a microfiber pad and some compound and work the product into the panel. Working in a small section at a time, our goal is to achieve the great depth in the paint. This will be a long process, but will look great in the end. Okay, I've been making some progress on the Lincoln. I've got most of the buff completed with the 6-inch. It's got some great reflections. I still need to polish out, and I'll go over the smaller areas with the 3-inch buffer, and then this project will be just about finished. Alright guys, the sun is shining, it's a beautiful day in Oregon, and it's delivery day. As we're finished with the Lincoln, Pop killed it. This old Continental just looks stunning. Don't mind the old RV in the background. You'll see that in a future video of a project that we're working on here at the shop. We love doing classic cars here. Got a few semi scheduled along with another classic truck, so stay tuned for that.